Good morning, everyone. It's Cassie. Hope you're having an awesome day. Welcome back to Spellcaster University. Took me a minute to remember what we were playing, even though I'm looking right at it. So we have a bunch to do. We've got a lot of mana and several schools of magic and enough coin to pull from our standard deck too. So that's how I'm going to start today, by drawing some cards. Oh cool, we have all of these things. So I could upgrade something. I could put in a second refectory or a second student's hall. I think instead what I'm going to do is upgrade the existing refectory. It's that easy. The one thing we don't have from this set is the weapons rack. Active students in this room very slightly, I don't like that, improve their assassination and retribution skills for hallway murders. I like this one. As useful to the ones committing them as to the ones trying to survive. This is what turns boys into men. Still don't like that last line, but I love for hallway murders. We'll put that in over here. Our guinea pig is up. Let's go see the troll. Our reputation with the troll is great, so maybe we don't need to see... Well, I want to keep it high. So we've gone through this a few times, so I'll just be really brief. Leaving him be has no effect. You just leave and you kind of lose your opportunity for a visit with a faction on this round. Are those diamonds all over his skin? Receives 400 gold but negative rep, and restoring the harmony of the forest should help him sleep better, increases his rep a lot, but receives minus 200 nature mana, and nature mana is kind of where we're at right now. It also builds our prestige, and we've got a lot of prestige right now. 81, in fact, which is great because that means more students will join our school and we can in turn generate more mana and more coin. I'm going to draw from the nature deck. We have two things we've already got, two classrooms, the dolmen and the stable, and a shoulder marten. When a student is at least level 2 in beast magic, they receive a shoulder marten. They can no longer suffer from aberrations. The toad is out as a familiar and the marten is in, most likely because of the fact that it's less sorted and cannot be accidentally squashed between two books as easily. I'm going to go with the shoulder marten. This will be a global modifier, so when I pull it out and play it as a card, it's going to disappear, but it'll be applied to anyone who has the right traits, who meets the criteria. We've got new students coming in. A lot's happening, and it's happening fast. And we have enough items to make an alchemy potion. I noticed there's some graffiti here, so we could use the cleaning potion. But I'm also seeing, like, the janitor is going through. I saw someone sweeping just a second ago and now I've lost sight of them. Oh, let's spend some shadow mana. We have a janitor lodge and we have a prison. We don't have a black dragon. The black dragon wanders around the school. Any active student it crosses paths with learns shadow magic more effectively for a few minutes. The black dragon is known for its ties to shadow magic, but would rather be known for being kind-hearted. Aww. So we'll take the black dragon and we'll put it in. I'm not super focused on shadow magic, but it's not going to hurt me to have this. We can draw a second card from our shadow deck if we want to. We're earning mana pretty fast right now. We can also draw from our light deck and our alchemy deck. We've got students coming in. We've got a graduation ceremony on deck. This is the graduation ceremony. 13 students are graduating. We have a ghoul. New students have a 2% chance of losing the claustrophobia negative trait, although I'm not really seeing too many students with that negative trait. I'm also not paying very close attention. I'll just accept. Oh, I could re-roll. If I re-roll, there are some good ones in here. Inquisitor, Sandman, Protective Spirit is a good one. Let's see what we get. Librarian. All new students have a +1 chance of learning the worker trait. Vigilante increases the efficiency of righteous cloisters by 1%. I'll stick with that. I think we have a righteous cloister. It's a light magic classroom. Bloodhound. This is one we haven't seen yet. Playing an artifact improves your relationship with the Inquisition by 1. That's okay. Not great. Wizard Apprentice. Receive 50 alchemy mana. This person didn't have a lot of good opportunities in here. How did they do? See student file. Kind of varied. Not really focused on any one thing. And that's, in a manner of speaking, that's my fault because I'm putting in so many schools of magic that I'm not really giving them the opportunity to focus on just one thing. But also, if we want an archmage. Blade Master increases the assassination learning rate by 1.5%. That'll generate a lot of shadow mana. Guard, gain 5 gold for every interaction with the king. We're not really interacting with the king very often. We're kind of passively earning reputation with the king by virtue of having banners. So I'm going to reroll. Oh, doggone it. Guard again. I guess that was the person's most likely outcome. Another guard. Librarian. I will take it. You can only reroll each person 1 time. Village Mage, receive 15 mana of each type. This is a vampire. This person had the Shoulder Martin. Oh, very cute. They also had a different global modifier whose name I've forgotten. Shepherd, receive 100 natural mana and 100 gold. That's a really good one. Magic Teacher with a pumpkin head. All new teachers have a plus 1% chance of being better educators. I like that a lot. Teachers have a lot of negative traits. They can have a lot of negative traits. Werewolf, which as a reminder is a profession you can earn and a race in this game. This person had a 100% chance of becoming a werewolf. How? Okay, they really focused in on nature magic, which is good. They had traits in other schools, so I'm not sure why this. I don't know, maybe they got bitten and they can only be a werewolf. All new students have a +2 chance of having the light sleeper trait. Ritual Master, receive 50 natural mana. Anything good in here? Undead Slayer is neat. We'll stay with Ritual Master. Adventurer, gain 200 gold. I'm going to stay with that, although I don't know what Demon Hunter does and it sounds cool. Squire, receive 30 light mana and 20 gold. This person is most likely, if I reroll, to be a peasant, so I'm going to stay with Squire. Cool, and that gives us some points to spend. We also have a visit here. Some cows have disappeared from the peasants. You know what I found out when counting my cows this morning? There's one missing. It's the prettiest too. Was it you? Of course, we use cow blood for our summoning rituals. Reputation with the peasants -35. Receive 600 shadow mana. Of course, milk does wonders in alchemy. Reputation with the peasants -30. Receive 600 alchemy mana. Or no. Reputation with peasants -5. Or of course not dear neighbor, which we can't do because we don't have at least 60 rep with the peasants. Is rep with the peasants +5. So I'm just going to say no and take that small ding. And then we'll draw from some decks. The Village Banter might be a good one because I'm taking all these little hits to my reputation with the peasants. It's not super prestigious, but it makes the locals happy. Yeah, I'll take this and I'll put this up somewhere. And we'll spend draw from our other decks. Medical bed. Students who sleep in this bed recover health faster and give some gold to the school. This bed distributes limitless morphine for any student who's hurt. Enjoy the trip. Or we can upgrade our Bright Staff Refectory or our Chamber of Truth. So I'm going to go with the medical bed. We still have, most of our beds haven't been upgraded in our dorm. So I'll do that. We have one green bed, which you can see here earns nature mana. We have a vampire bed, a coffin, I guess it's called. And now we have a medical bed. Ritual components, I think I'm gonna go with here. We could upgrade our janitor lodge. This one keeps coming up. This is weird. Or our assassin's arena, but I think I'm going to go ritual components. Active teachers in this room have a chance of creating component cards. This magical pack contains 3 candles, some bone powder, 1 orc horn, 7 milliwing wings, 1 small bowl, 2 pieces of chalk, and some blood-colored paint. Save 50% with promo code ULTRAMAGIC. So obviously the yellow text in these is just kind of like a quip. It's a joke, but component cards are nice to have. We can use them to make more potions. Right now, we are only generating the component cards that we need to make the alchemy potion, but there are so many more that we can make. So I'm going to go ritual components. And if we have like a staff room, I can put it into, what is this? Chamber of Truth. That's our guinea pig up again. We also have some students coming. Teacher's Lounge. Can I put ritual components in there? Yep, cool. Let's take care of our students. Aggressive. No positive traits, just so aggressive. We'll put them in well-behaved. I'm seeing more of the claustrophobia trait, not necessarily less. But like again, maybe I just wasn't noticing it before. Who do we want to see? I think we have one last visit to the troll. We'll spend the nature mana to receive the rep and the prestige. And then we'll see maybe who'll be better to visit on future visits, on future like faction polls. We'll spend some nature mana. Fall season shoulder pads. When a student is at least level 1 in druidism and herbalism, they get the fall season shoulder pads. Their health gains are now doubled. These pads' magical abilities help the body heal, plus they're biodegradable. Or Pig Chamber, which we talked about last time, is kind of like the owlery from Harry Potter. Up to 3 students can use the Pig Chamber to communicate with the outside world and speed up communication with factions. Birds are outdated technology. With its aerodynamic contours, the guinea pig is the messenger of the future. I'm actually going to go with Pig Chamber this time. It is a top level room, so I'm going to make a really weird shaped castle. I'm already kind of making a weird shaped castle. But the observatory that we got last time, which is over here, and the pig chamber down here, which we just got, are both, they come up in world events. If you have these buildings, when world events hit, it's a lot more, it's to your benefit. The troll is awakening. Good timing on this. We just got our faction all the way up. I was like, maybe we won't need to visit him anymore. And now he's like tossing and turning, and we're gonna lose rep. More coffee. The other teachers and I have come to the conclusion that 1 coffee machine is too little for such a large team, so we're asking for a second one, otherwise we're going on strike. Consider yourselves happy to have 1 at least. Receives the global modifier Teacher Strike. Teacher boredom grows much faster for 300 seconds. We'll try buying a new one. Is minus 200 coin to draw a coffee machine. The Alchemical Research Department might be able to build a new one. Receives minus 30 alchemy mana. That's a really good deal to draw the card coffee machine. Or the next time you complain, I'm telling my orc friends to take part in staff meetings, which we can do because our reputation is 75 plus with the orcs. I'm going to just build them a new one, though. I don't want to risk them striking. I'm going to draw from our alchemy deck before these students come up. We have Enchantment Workshop. We have Runestone. Active students in this room slightly improve their rune skills. This is a new kind of runestone. This new kind of runestone shines in the dark. We also have Mechanical Wings. When a student is at least level 2 in enchantment and runes, they will receive mechanical wings, which make them more likely to be offered more prestigious futures after graduating. They're way too heavy to fly. I'm going to go with this because I have a vested interest in getting an Archmage. We have a quest to get an Archmage, so I'm going to spend this. Right now, you can see our quests are the little stars here. We have sorry. Students came up and caught me off guard. What was I saying? Oh, the quests. To train a student as a werewolf, we have to focus on beast magic and assassination. So we've trained one werewolf in our list of graduates, and we will, if we get 11 more, then we'll pass this particular quest. Succeeding at quests makes the outcome of the school in this biome a little better. Oh, we finally earned enough arcane magic to buy from our arcane deck. This is the one area I didn't focus in on at all. So we have Heat Box of the Future. Hunger decreases for active characters in this room. A white box with an opening in the front. You put food in, and after a few minutes, sure, a bell rings and the food is hot. Works like magic, which is actually not that surprising in this school. We have an Armillary Sphere. Characters working here have a small chance to get the Passionate trait, which makes them better at specializing in a form of magic. It helps students realize that the stars are actually very high in the sky, which apparently is not obvious to everybody. Or Elementalist Dojo, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their elementalism skills. This room comes with a teacher, as we know all the classrooms do. The only real magic that counts is the ability to cast fireballs. This is the room where you can learn just that. I'm going to go with the Armillary Sphere here. And put it, it doesn't really matter where I put it right there. I'm thinking about what I want to do. These students are going to come up before I can do anything, so I might as well handle those. The students are coming in really quickly, more quickly than I remember them coming in the past. I'm going private bedroom here. So we have an alchemy room. Library, the room housing this artifact is 35% more efficient. Discarding alphabetical ordering and other antiquated systems, it uses a state-of-the-art search engine called Gaggle to quickly find any book you might need. Or private bedroom allows 2 students to rest in great conditions, which greatly reduces tiredness and improves sanity. Private beds are not so private since they have 2 beds, but still it's better than the dormitories. I'm going with the private bedroom for a couple reasons. First, it is a good room to have. Especially if you have so many students. But second, if we have a certain number of private bedrooms, then we qualify for a different interaction with the forest troll. Let's take a look at who we might want to visit this time. I don't necessarily feel like we need to visit the sleeping troll. Our reputation with him is fine for now. We're gaining passive reputation. Oh, there's our dungeon. Let's do this. Choose 4 students to send to the dungeon. Position them and choose which spell they will use. No matter what happens, you will keep the loot gathered, but danger levels will increase as you explore. Do not hesitate to flee the dungeon when the opportunity arises if you wish to save your students. So I'm going to pick my 4 best students if I can. And for that, I'm looking for the students with the highest values in the various schools of magic. These are getting worse, it seems like. Yeah. So they've already put my best students at the top for me. And I also want to make sure that I have varied schools of magic here. I'm going with this person for sure. This person's very strong in druidism. They've got some good skills in light, and then they have a little bit going for them. Do I want to do life drain or do I want to do magic bolt? Wild Fury is the answer. Life Drain. So it says I can choose, but it doesn't really seem like I am choosing. Active spell Life Drain, active spell Wild Fury. Okay, so I must be. Life Drain again. Hold on, Magdalena. I want to take you out for a moment and see if I can get someone with different skills in here. Paralysis or Life Drain? No, okay. Alright, start the adventure. The sewers in the ancient city are filled with treasures, but also the monsters who have made it their home. You must be careful and watch your step. Forward. You reach the end of a half-sunken corridor and find yourself at a dead end. However, as you turn around, you hear the shrill laugh of goblins and a gate closing behind you. You are trapped, and the dark water begins to rise. There's a discharge pipe nearby. You could crawl inside, but it looks even dirtier than its surroundings, as impossible as that seems. Receives -5 prestige and increases the threat by 2. Right now our threat is 0. Yes, the danger meter fills after each encounter. The higher it is, the stronger the monsters are. Encounters will become more difficult, but also give more loot. Okay. Let's teleport someplace dry quick. The group's total in portal magic is of at least 0. Reduces the threat by -2. Our rested key might open the gate. Discard a dungeon card old key. We don't have any dungeon cards right now, so I'm going to just say teleport someplace safe. Can I not do that? We have deep folk with us. They'll find a way, draws the card Aquarium. How did I miss that one? We do have deep folk with us. Wow, okay. I don't know why I couldn't choose those. What now? Should we keep going? Forward. Increases the threat by 2, triggers 2, not true. Triggers a new encounter. Or better go back, this is getting too dangerous. Let's go forward. Key Guardian. A powerful dark knight stands in your path, a bunch of keys attached to his waist. He directs a few movements of his blade toward you, seemingly inviting you to a challenge. Let's take the whole bunch, get a dungeon card old key, gilded key, and skeletal key. Boss battle, Knight of the Darkness level 1. Could we looks like these are the things I can't do. Yep, okay. Could we steal one key? Requires at least 11 assassination points combined. Gets the key, the gilded key. Has the following spellbook: Scrolls of Seduction. Gets the dungeon cards old key and skeletal key. Slaying a dark knight could be useful for our necromancers. Gets the 3 keys plus 145 shadow mana. The group's total in necromancy is of at least 12. That's clunky. Let's take the whole bunch. I don't have any other options. So this is turn-based, and they are using the default skills that I have chosen. And they did pretty well. Walter lost some health. And that's okay. What now? Should we keep going? Let's go forward. A rat has a chance of spawning at the beginning of each sewer combat. Okay. And we've gathered several keys plus 1 Finger of Death card. Kills a monster before the start of combat. Boss excluded. One of your students shivers and hears a whisper. He says he felt a sudden cold. Might be a ghost. We should ask them what they want. The group's total in necromancy is of at least 8. Will immediately trigger a new encounter without the possibility of running away. If they're ghosts, a nice insult might make them appear. Your reputation is at least 30 with Adventurers Guild. Combat Spectre ×3, level 6. Draw the card Window to Another World. Or, oh no, a draft. Let's move before we catch a cold. Increases the threat by 4. So I want to do this. I don't know what's going to happen. Might be a ghost. We should ask them what they want. An adventurer's ghost appears. She explains she was killed in this dungeon by a demon, but her soul remained trapped. She must have unresolved issues on this plane. We will find your body and bring it to your family. Combat with 3 rats and a warg. The all high level. Reputation with faction adventurers guild +10 and peasants +10. We will avenge you. That should soothe you. Boss battle demon prince level 6. Draw the card chains. Receive 160 shadow mana. A good old exorcism will get rid of the spirit we can't do because we don't have at least 13 in retribution. Draws the card Archangel Wings, receives 190 light mana. Maybe she'll go away if we kill her again. Boss battle Apparition, level 21. Draws the card Celestial Fireflies. I'm gonna go with We Will Avenge You and fight the level 6 Demon Prince. That seems like the safest bet. $34 health on the demon and 26 shield. So we're going to be at this for a while and we may lose. Walter is healing himself or being healed, and that's awesome. So I don't know, we might get through this. Walter may die, but I think we'll still have a party of 3 at least. Yeah. I still had so much to do. Aw. Rip. Okay. I say, since we lost 1 student, it might be a good time to call it forward. We do have all these keys though. Maybe we'll go forward and see what happens. Better go back, this is getting too dangerous, or forward increases the threat by 2. We're at 6 threat now. Treasure chest, an old rusted chest. It's probably filled with treasure, but we would have to be able to unlock it. What a marvelous coincidence, we have a key, receives 900 gold, discards the old key. Dang, we don't have the right key, oh well. Doesn't assassination training include lockpicking lessons? Receives 900 gold, doesn't lose a key. Or it's a bit heavy, but can't we just carry it with us? Has Book of Wisdom, receives 900 gold, increases threat by 2. We've got the key, we can open it up. And we'll go forward and see what happens. Poultry feast. Some goblins are gathered around a fire, seemingly preparing some sort of large chicken. Quick save the chicken we can't do because we don't have the card Celerity. But it would discard that card and enter combat with 4 level 5 goblins. Draw the card Large Phoenix and get a dungeon card Phoenix Feather. Too late to save the chicken, but we could enjoy the meal. Enters combat with 4 level 5 goblins and gets the Phoenix Feather card. They're busy, let's take them by surprise. We can't do because assassination isn't at least 6. It was before Walter died? Poor Walter. Or let's not bother them while they're eating. Skips this encounter. This isn't explicitly said here, but it skips this encounter and increases the threat by 2. Do we want to try to fight the goblins? Yes. I'm going to play Finger of Death and take out one of them. Doesn't really matter which one, they're all identical. And start battle. This won't be a challenging fight at all because none of them are shielded and they all have only 8 health. Done. Okay, what now? Let's say forward. We still have 2 keys and we now have a Phoenix Feather. Revives a fallen student outside of combat. Welcome back, Walter. The Gnome's Workshop. A gnome is busy at her workshop making some doodads. As she hears you, she turns around and smiles widely. Welcome to my shop from the future. I sell tomorrow's tools and next week's gear. What do you fancy? Maybe we could come to a business agreement. Has at least 7 enchantment, which we don't. Draws Mechanical Owl. We'd love to trade this weird box for a golden key. Discards Gilded Key, receives Heat Box from the future. I hate negotiating, let's take her stock by force. Enters combat with 2 level 17 arcane elementals, draws Mechanical Owl and Heat Box from the future, increases threat by 4, or ah shoot, we should have withdrawn some gold coins before we came in. Doesn't seem to, just moves on, looks like. Let's go forward. Dragon's Lair. A dragon sits proudly amidst a room filled with treasure. He saw you, so escape is futile. Get the gold, receive 720 gold and 5 prestige. Enters boss battle with Ancient Dragon level 1. Kill the beast. Enters boss battle with Ancient Dragon level 1. Receives 20 rep with Adventurers Guild, Kingdom, and Inquisition, and 5 prestige. If we could avoid fighting a dragon, says Walter. I get it. Capture him. The group's total in beast magic is of at least 14. Draws the card Red Dragon. Enters battle with him. Or we need his blood for our alchemist. Enters battle with him. Draws the card Potion Workshop and 2 alchemical reagents. I'm gonna get the gold. Let's see what we can do here. 75 health, but no shield. Did that come out of Walter's eye? Wild. We're gonna be fine. And we're fine. Okay. What should we do now? Should we keep going? Yeah, let's see what's forward. I want to get rid of these 2 keys. I think it'd be wasteful to go back with the 2 keys still in my bags. Opulent room. You step into a luxuriously decorated room with tall bookcases surrounding an ebony desk. The walls are covered with many beautiful portraits, and there are several intriguing mechanical items laid out on pedestal tables. A large chest sits on a red cushion. Let's see if these bookcases hold interesting books. Draws the cards Spellbook and Mysterious Blueprints. Will immediately trigger a new encounter without the possibility of running away. These small items seem very precious. Draws the cards Criticality Prism and Armillary Sphere. Same thing as before. Triggers a new encounter. I love big chests. Come on. Draws the card Armed Chest. Receives 460 gold. Or let's grab the first thing we can and get out of here. Draws the card Painting and increases threat by 2. What? Okay, so we don't have a Spellbook or Mysterious Blueprints. I kind of want this one. We have an Armillary Sphere. We don't have a Criticality Prism back at our school. But this is more interesting to me. You hear a booming voice behind you as you are busy plundering. I see we have some guests. You turn around to find the exit blocked by a lich? How do you pronounce it? I think it's supposed to be lick. But ever since the second World of Warcraft expansion, everyone I know has said lich. And some cultists. Yeah, the Lord of Evil asked us to grab something. Your reputation is at least 80 with Faction Lord of Evil, which it isn't. Loses 10 rep, gains Plain Telescope. Quick, let's make our way to the exit. Enters combat with 3 level 16 cultists. And we'll stay a bit longer, thank you very much. Still some plundering to do. Enters combat with the Arclick, level 31. And 2 level 31 cultists. Draws the card Painting and the card Scale. Oh boy. Do I want to take on the big bad? Like, these are very high level. We've got some of our party is in bad shape. You know what? Let's try it. I don't care. If anything, like, I lose 4 students. Oh, I can't? Yes, I can. Oh, the Arclick has a big shield, but not a lot of health. What happened here? Oh, they all died. Okay. Halls explored 8, total threat 16. Loot gained, prestige 0, shadow mana 160, gold 1620, not bad. Chains card, spellbook card, mysterious blueprints, painting, and scale. Leave dungeon. Nice. Alright, where's my school? Oh, I was just so zoomed in. Okay. Let's make some potions. Scale, all potion cards become 40% more effective. Oh. Neighborhood troubles. Hey mages, could you help us? Thieves from the Adventurers Guild spend their days spreading chaos across the village. A troll murder here, a loud party there. Could you tell them to calm it down a bit? Of course, let's teach them a lesson. -30 with Adventurers Guild, +20 with Peasants. A good old firestorm we can't do because we don't have the Elementalist dojo. Reputation with Peasants -10 and Adventurers same, receives 10 prestige. We don't need prestige, we have 107. Let's ask the king to handle it. Your reputation is at least 40 with Faction Kingdom. Reputation with Peasants +5 and Adventurers +5. I have nothing to do with your nonsense. Reputation -15. This is the most positive one. There's no impact on our relationship with the kingdom, so I'm going to go with this. We have some stuff to worry about before I can think about these cards. So let's do students, then we'll do graduations. This is the first time, I don't do this often, but I'm just going to automate all the futures, not re-roll anything, not even review what we're going to get, just go with it. And it worked out, like we've got a ton of mana now in every school. Okay, let's take a look at these cards. We've got Chains. Chains comes up, we've seen it a couple times now in world events. Active students in this room are intimidated and misbehave less for a few minutes. They're almost never used, but dissuasion is an art form just like painting and sculpting. So we'll put this here. We have Spellbook. Nearby students have a small chance of gaining specialization in a random school of magic. It's a book like any other, only it hasn't been put back in place on the shelf. We have Mysterious Blueprints. Students working in this room have a small chance of gaining intelligence. By exposing students to complicated blueprints all day, one hopes to awaken something in their slow brains. Painting. Active characters in the room are bolstered by art, which reduces the growth rate of their needs for some time. Click on the painting to change it. By looking at art, your student won't cultivate their brains, but they'll cultivate their souls. Seriously, they will. And we can change the painting. This is pretty, but we can change it. Oh, ducky. I like that. Students again. I am seeing more of the worker trait coming through. There's one. And I have seen a little bit less of the claustrophobia trait this time. And scale. All potion cards are 40% more effective. Can turn a powerful potion into an incredible explosion. We'll put it here. We've gotten some new materials too. We've gotten the Millywing Feather and the Parkafit Hat, an alchemical component used to create potions which require 3 different components. Okay, neighborhood troubles. Hey mages, could you help us? This again, just immediately. Let's ask the king to handle it. Millywing Feather, Parkafit Hat, and alcohol will make what? Cleaning potion. We still have that graffiti, and now we have one over here too, so I'm going to just pop that out since we have a second one. I still haven't seen any fires or portals. I'm keeping an eye out. Let's go visit someone. We're full with the orcs and barely there with the Inquisition. We're doing great with the king. We're 5 points away from getting 20 gold each time we recruit a new student. The peasants could be better. The Adventurers Guild is fine. The Lord of Evil is middling. I don't increase my rep with the Lord of Evil. It might just be me. There are a lot of instances in which I might be playing this wrong. Okay. The flooding of a nearby river has taken a farm in its wake, and the farmers are hard at work rebuilding it. We came with fertility potions for your animals. Take it free of charge. Receives -25 natural mana and +20 rep. Just want to make sure all is well is +5 rep. We don't have 50 rep, so we can't. We've come to make a deal to supply the university kitchen. We could ask the orcs for help. They're quite strong. Increases reputation with the peasants by 15. The guild's adventurers are rich. You could ask them for financial help. Is +15 with the peasants, but -15 with the adventurers guild. I'm going to ask the orcs, since there's no detriment to doing so. And then spend some gold. Private apartments. In this room, your teachers can rest, which takes care of all their needs, or prepare their next class. Teachers who sleep at school have more time to work. Or school coat of arms. Active characters in the same room generate a bit of prestige. We don't need that. We don't need prestige. We're doing fine. Private apartments it is. Students' hall, we have 1 of. Allows 5 students to reduce boredom. Coffee machine, we have 2 of. Light room, a classroom that allows students to slowly improve all their light magic skills, heroism, retribution, and sacred magic. I'm surprised we don't already have a light room. Let's put that. We haven't really had combat, so I think I'm going to go with this teacher. Upgrading one of our 3 buildings. Which do we want to upgrade? Probably greenhouse. It seems like our students are focusing pretty well on herbalism. We have a bunch of unicorn horns and a bunch of cheese, and I can delete cards if I need to. Or sell them, I guess, but I don't need to. Psychologist or teacher's lounge. I'm skipping new house because 2 houses is enough for me to juggle. I don't know how Hogwarts does it with 4. Let's upgrade our teacher's lounge. Fawn. This creature wanders the school and greatly decreases the growth rate of tiredness, hunger, and boredom of nearby teachers for a long time. Some say the mages have enslaved it, but the truth is that it loves its pathetic trough and does not miss its native forest lands at all, obviously. Or terrarium, which is an artifact. Active students in this room slightly improve their herbalism skills. This allows students to observe dangerous plants in a somewhat safer environment. Or fall season shoulder pads. When, I think we have this, I don't know why there's no 1. When a student is at least level 1 in Druidism and Herbalism, they get fall season shoulder pads. Their health gains are now doubled. We'll go Fawn. We have a white dragon, so I'm going to skip that. Eternity Vase. New students have a higher chance of being elves. Its flowers never wither. Wow. Its flowers never wither, which is where its name comes from. Kind of unoriginal, I know. Or bright shoulder pads. When a student is at least level 4 in Retribution, they receive bright shoulder pads, which grant 10 additional health points and 1 armor point in dungeons. Made from a steel harder than the toughest and driest of refractory beads. I'll go Eternity Vase. Large Phoenix provides a phoenix feather for each dungeon adventure, which allows a dead student to come back to life. Phoenix are the nicest birds in the kingdom. They share their immortality with students after all. Or sacred stained glass window. Active students in this room slightly improve their sacred magic skills. It regularly gets cleaned with holy water to prevent the holiness from fading with time. Or we can upgrade our hero's chapel. We'll go stained glass. It's pretty in there. Leprechaun Skull. When a student is at least level 1 in Assassination and level 1 in Demonology, they receive Leprechaun Skull, making it so learning Shadow Magic also generates gold, up to 10% of Shadow Magic gained. That explains how the Leprechaun family that settled in the garden disappeared. Raven Shoulder Pads. When a student is at least level 1 in Necromancy and level 3 in Assassination, they receive Raven Shoulder Pads, which generate one reputation point with the Lord of Evil each time a student gains a Shadow Magic level, or Prison, which we already have and can upgrade. We'll go Raven Shoulder Pads. Like I just said, we're not doing anything to urge along our reputation with the Lord of Evil, so I kind of want to. Crypt Demonic Chamber can both be upgraded. We also have Marsh Vulture, lowers the sanity of good students but teaches Necromancy and Demonology to bad students. That's not a good get. When they noticed that although no one was assigned to feeding the vultures, the birds still seemed to find plenty to eat, students started getting suspicious. Let's upgrade our crypt. What do we need for werewolves? I forget. Assassination. Okay. Yeah, let's upgrade our crypt. And you can see I should have paid more attention to this and called it out sooner, but when you upgrade a room, the features of the room change. Battlefield. My adventurer friends and I are back from the battlefield. We won, but I slipped on the way back and slashed my leg. Can you do something? Oh, it's not that bad. Could have consequences later on. Perform a hand imposition. Has at least 50 light mana. Receives minus 50 light mana. Could have some consequences later on. Reputation with Faction Adventurers Guild plus 15. Go to the infirmary, they'll take care of you. Rep is plus 5, or go to the local chapel is rep minus 10. I'm going to perform a hand imposition. I don't know what it's going to do. Infernal Wings, Assassin's Arena, or Janitor's Lodge. When a student is at least level 4 in Demonology and level 3 in Necromancy, they get Infernal Wings. They now generate 125% more Shadow Mana. Some naysayers pretend that they come from some evil alien queen, but that's just silly. We could also upgrade our Assassin's Arena or our Janitor's Lodge. I'm going to upgrade our Assassin's Arena, because we were just talking about how there's a need for that for Assassination. And I also want to show you how the features change in this room. Well, that was not noticeable. Might have been a bad example. I'm going to spend the mana before we go anywhere. Potion Workshop, Goonie Pig, or Runes Cryptorium. 3 cards we already have, so we could upgrade our room. And if we did, I'd say maybe potions? Maybe this will be a better example of how rooms change. Nope. Cool. We have some ingredients we could spend too. We have herbalist boards. Active students in this room slightly improve their herbalism skills. These plants come straight from the school garden, which gives students an opportunity to discover the local flora. We have a Parkafit. A teacher being present may create Parkafit hat component cards used for potion making. This mushroom is so obscure among even the lesser known species, so mysterious. Or ivy. The room housing the ivy and all adjacent rooms become more efficient. Activities go by faster. It manages to grow back anytime you cut it, so everyone pretends to like having it around. It's also important to note you shouldn't eat it. Always a good thing to remind people. If I put it here, then all of the rooms around here will be impacted by it. And that's not necessarily a great fit because most of those are not classrooms. When you think about rooms that you want to make more efficient, you mostly think about classrooms. So for this one, it'll skip this room and it'll just go with these rooms, more efficient. I'll put it here. I want to make more potions. So we now have, as you can see, we have the recipe for alchemical reagent, or one of them, there are two, and the cleaning potion, because we've been kind of testing things now that we have more ingredients to spend. So mandragora root, unicorn horn, and cheese will make what? Destructive potion. Greatly injures all attackers. We've got graduations coming up. Do I want to skip through them again? No, but I think I'll just speed run them. Reduces the cost of shadow cards by 1. Receives 100 natural mana and 100 alchemy mana. 100 natural mana and 100 gold. I also need to be working harder on getting werewolves. 100 light and 100 natural. 150 natural. Potions are 0.5% more efficient. 200 gold. Characters recover from hunger 0.5% faster. 15 mana of each type. Librarian. 1% chance of having worker trait. 30 natural mana and 20 gold. Posthumous wants something. Nature Specialist. Congratulations. Thanks to your efforts and wisdom, our school has become renowned for natural magic. You've completed an objective. Excellent. One of the 3 quests, you get 3 quests on every level, and now that we've completed one of them, the star for that one is gold. The Adventurer Guild wants something from us. Healing needs. Last dungeon we visited, our healer was attacked by a giant squid and died. You couldn't resuscitate him, could you? It's hard to find good healers around here. I'm sorry, but death is incurable. Is -10 rep. There, he should work like he did before, but watch your neck. Has at least 1 coffin. Reputation with adventurers +10. Draws the card New Vampires. Could have some consequences later on. Okay, so he is back to life, so to speak, but I must warn you, he's changed a little. Has at least 1 crypt. Reputation with Adventurers Guild and Lord of Evil +10. Heroes never die. Has at least 150 light mana. Reputation with Faction Adventurers Guild +25. Draws the card Archangel Wings. Could have some consequences later on. This seems like our best bet, actually. Heroes never die. We'll put in our Archangel Wings. When a student is at least level 4 in Sacred Magic and level 3 in Heroism, they get Archangel Wings. They now generate 125% more light mana. They won't make you fly, but they do look damn cool. What's the troll doing? He's writhing. We should go see him now because we're down a lot of reputation. We have students to tend to. There's a claustrophobia. Good, private bedroom. I will take you, thank you. And instead of upgrading the private bedroom, I'm going to build more of them because the troll wants us to have 4. I think we can upgrade our private apartments. Tribal bed. Characters who sleep in this bed no longer become tired for a long time. Once you've slept in it, you'd rather never have to sleep again at all. Or shamanic staff. When a student is at least level 2 in Druidism, they gain a shamanic staff. They now generate 30% whatever. They now generate 30% more natural mana when studying. It's a shaman's staff. It's not really a proper staff, more like a stick with some duct tape. Or we can upgrade our dolmen. I'm going tribal bed. And we have quite a few bed slots we can fill now. Like we have The dormitory is almost done. We need one more in there, but we have the 2 private bedrooms, and I believe we can put some in the teachers' quarters as well. Light Scepter. When a student is at least level 1 in Retribution and level 3 in Heroism, they receive a Light Scepter, which generates 1 reputation point with the Inquisition each time the student gains a light magic level. It's like a portable lighthouse, which is useful if you've got a ship to steer. Reliquary. Students working here earn light magic 50% faster and shadow magic 50% slower for a few minutes. It contains a powerful light artifact, the left molar of St. Hagatha, or Repentant Bed. Students who sleep in this bed have a chance of losing a negative trait. This method improves from abroad and gives students a chance to atone. Imported from abroad gives students a chance to atone for their mistakes. I'll put it here. We have Assassin's Arena level 2, Demonic Chamber level 1, or Child Eating Bed. Generates an ingredient called Sleeper Soul, but sometimes harms its guest. This bed has its own will and only accepts students it deems worthy. Everyone else will be devoured. Rather, that's what the legend says, but experts claim that it simply eats when it's hungry. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it somewhere. I'm going to put it here. Sleeper Soul, we just actually got one, is a potion ingredient. So let's see, Sleeper Soul, Unicorn Horn, and Cheese will make what? Unfinished Golem? No. Oh, that's the second one for our alchemical potion, right? No. Did I miss? Yes, I did miss. Okay, let's try again. Sleeper Soul, Cheese, and Unicorn Horn makes what? What is happening? It's not supposed to make alchemical reagent. That's Unicorn Horn. Mandracork? Cheese. And something else. Alcohol? Yes. But it keeps giving us the same potion. It's not registering Sleeper Soul as what it is, I guess. The Parents, a school with no discipline. The Parents Association has heard it said that discipline is becoming ever so hazy concept at your school. Our values are truly disappearing, huh? Have you taken any measures to reverse this trend? You must be exaggerating, receives minus 13.63 prestige points. No worries, we've given the castle a beautiful prison, receives 5 prestige. Or, of course, we tie dissident students to the walls as a warning to others, has at least 1 card, Chains, which we got in the dungeon. Reputation with Inquisition plus 10, Lord of Evil plus 5. I'm going to go with this one. We've had this come up before, and we said yes, we have a prison, but we still don't need the prestige. And we could use the rep. Alright, we'll go visit the troll, and then I'm going to call it a day, because my voice is getting so tired. Do we want to visit the troll? Yeah. I think so. The peasants are doing alright. The king's doing great. The orcs are great. The Inquisition is fine. Lord of Evil even has increased quite a lot. We'll go see the troll. And here's where I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to pause so that I don't miss anything, or so that stuff stops coming up while I say goodbye to you. But thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm sorry, like, I'm kind of starting to feel like it was a mistake to choose the long game, because we will be it'll be 4 hours that in our next video, and we'll still not be through this level. So next time I'll play a shorter game, I promise. But thank you for hanging out with me today and letting me show you one of my favorite games. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you soon.